Hey there, this is Serenity Live. I'm Phoenix, and today we're going to talk about ADHD. ADHD is a disorder that I have. It's attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. A lot of people jokingly call it can't sit still syndrome, and that's really not what it is. Hyperactivity is only a small part of it, and if you show up and want to chat, you can always leave a message, jump into the conversation. But today we're going to talk about three aspects of this disorder. I call it diversity. Three diversity aspects. That's not the quintessential hyperactivity anyway. First, we're going to talk about executive function disorder. This is when there is something you need to do and you just can't do it. It's not being lazy. Although this is the part of the function that a lot of people see as lazy, or this is the inattentive part, or they'll find some way to see a negative aspect about this and say it's your personality rather than your mind working against you. Three kind of sections of executive function disorder is when you can't start something. This is, I know I have to do the dishes. Why can't I start doing the dishes? Or it's pretty much exactly that. It's when you can't start something you know you need to start. Like I said, I have this a lot when it comes to doing the dishes. I will start them by filling the sink up, and then I will forget. That leads into another aspect I will talk about later, time blindness. But the can't start part, the can't finish part is another aspect. This is like when you've done laundry and you just leave it in the dryer. I am very guilty of doing this quite a bit. In fact, right now there's a load of laundry in the dryer. It's dry. I just haven't taken it out and put it in the clothes bin or folded it and put it away or any of that. Another aspect of EFD is if you skip an important step. Doing your laundry and forgetting to put in fabric softener. Excuse me. Forgetting to sort your clothes. That's another big one. Just like random willy-nilly throwing them in the washing machine. I ended up with a purple glove once. I had a nice fuzzy pair of pink gloves, and my mom, in fact, only put one in the washing machine, but it was in a load of jeans. So all the indigo leached into my glove, and I had one pink and one purple glove. That was my mom forgetting to sort. So it's not just a young person's disability. Excuse me. Another aspect of ADHD is rejection sensitive dysphoria. I'm going through these kind of fast, so this video might not last very long, and I do apologize, but I'm I'm very bad at time management, and I don't write a full script for a live stream, so I don't know how long I'm going to actually take on each topic. But anyway, back to RSD, rejection sensitive dysphoria. It's an aspect of ADHD where you perceive yourself being rejected and you tend to overreact about it. You think your life is over, or at least your day is over. And I get that a lot. I don't like being corrected. I take a lot of criticism as a rejection. So that's my experience with RSD. RSD can be kind of categorized in three parts. You can jump to conclusions. Somebody will say something and you automatically assume that they are criticizing you or critiquing you or rejecting you, and that may not be anything like what they are trying to get across. I've done that a lot. I have felt rejected simply because my boyfriend was on a phone call. And I felt really, really bad with that. And that was just me jumping to a conclusion. And I realized it was RSD, and I tried to calm down from it. Like I said before, another aspect of RSD is overreacting. This is the constructive criticism being taken as deconstructive or destructive criticism. This happens a lot and can throw your whole day out of whack. So you gotta be very careful. I realize this might not be an aspect for everybody who experiences RSD, but the final sub aspect of RSD is holding grudges. This is, and I know it's not just a girl thing, because I have guy friends who have ADHD who will hold grudges and hold it against people. But this is where the jumping to conclusions and the overreaction, they don't stop. This is not doing something because somebody said you did it wrong once. It's not correcting it and redoing it so that it's better. It's, well, if I did it wrong, then I'm just not going to do it at all, which isn't a good thing, but it happens to a lot of us, and it's something that if you do experience it, it does need worked on, and that's a really long journey. The third aspect of ADHD that I'm going to try and cover will be time blindness or hyperfocus. This can cause a lot of issues, especially if you have appointments or you don't set a timer when you're cooking, or you have tasks that need to be done in a certain order and you forget. You ever forget? It happened to me. Anyway, time blindness can include lost time. This is when you are hyper-focused on a recreational task, like reading or playing a game or something, and you lose hours. I have literally lost almost 8 hours in a row, reading on my phone. Fan fiction. There is, hey, can you wait a half an hour? And 5 minutes in, you think a half an hour's passed, and you go, oh, I'm ready. There's still 25 minutes left. I have this. I have the thing where a friend of mine will say, see you soon, and I will go wait, and like 10, 15 minutes go by, and I feel like I've waited a half an hour for my friend, because see you soon, I think, means like they're on their way, and then I realize they live across town. This isn't completely out of normal. Another thing of hyper focus, and my dad has caught me on this like really, really bad. Anyway, I hyper focus when I watch movies, and I will. I'm sorry, I'm kind of double tasking, which is really, really bad. But I will like completely like zone into a movie, and my dad actually would sit behind me and like in a normal voice, if you can hear me, you get $10. If you can hear me, you can get $20. If you can hear me, you get $25. And then he taps me on my shoulder, breaking me out of whatever I'm watching. And he looks at me and he goes, you missed out on like $50. And then told me what happened. Like, I didn't hear you. I completely zoned you out. So that's tuning out surroundings. It's really easy to get that sort of tunnel vision where even your ears don't work past what you're focused on. Oh, wow. This went by quick. The last thing I really have to say is none of these aspects are ever standalone. They overlap quite a bit. The time blindness can cause executive function disorder. Being reminded of executive function disorder can cause the dysphoria. You'll find that a lot with any mental health disorder. ADHD and anxiety go together. Anxiety and depression go together. PTSD. Almost all of them can go in that one. There's aspects in almost every mental illness that is part of another one. So nothing is ever standalone. I think I'm going to wrap this up at about 14, 15 minutes instead of longer like I was hoping. I know this is pretty much just my first video, so maybe in a few weeks or a couple months I'll have more engagement and this will be more of a dialogue. But as always, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can find me on my Discord. The channel is Serenity Vlog. There is, like I said, there's Patreon, which is www.patreon.com/SerenityVlog. Facebook, Twitter, and here on YouTube as well. So yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe. Find me on every social media you can, and I will see you next week.